Y'all, it's me, Nafataria with CPDollars.com. And this month I will be highlighting WeTreeHuggers, which is the cannabis accessory and apparel line. And I am sitting down with Mr. Jonathan Jones. Jonathan, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Feeling really
Good,
good. How about
good,
yourself?
good. I am doing well and honestly just grateful that you're able to sit down and talk to me. This has been kind of some years in the making.
For
I
sure.
will say that. And I'm just glad we're able to sit down and chat and I get to highlight you on this beautiful month of April. And I will admit, I picked you for this month just because of 420. Had
Hey,
to stay on brand.
that makes sense. No, thank you for having me. That's actually like, why would you not, right?
Yeah.
This is like the tree huggers Christmas. So yeah, it's like the month of Christmas for us. So I get it.
All right, all right. So we're gonna jump right into it. And my first question for you is gonna be, where are you from?
Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, specifically South Side, more specifically Roseland. So yeah, that's where we from. Born and raised in the Wild Hundreds. Across the
Understood.
street from Palmer Park, even more specifically than that. Yeah.
That's how you know somebody from Chicago when they have to give you the exact neighborhood, block, area. Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, so what high school did you attend?
I went to King College Prep over on 43rd and Drexel.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my
Yeah.
bestest friend in the entire world, shout out to him, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle Rutledge. He's my year. I don't know what year you graduated. We graduated in '08.
Yeah, I'm '07. So
Okay,
Cat
yeah. So
must
y'all
be
were
a
there at the
year
same time.
younger than me. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's low key. That does sound familiar though.
Oh, we could talk about him offline. He's great. That's my best friend though. I know
Yeah.
quite a few people that went to King actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to
Hey,
Kentwood.
one thing I say about King is we some tastemakers in the city. Like if you look around, the King class of I would say like '06 to like 2009. We
Hmm.
we tastemakers around the city. Like I know people who ran for office. I know people who are part of music labels. I know people who ambassadors for big drinking companies like Hennessy and like people who DJ on the radio. Like we're doing a lot of cool things. Shout out to my high school for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but Kenwood is still better. So, and we do a
Uh,
lot of things also. Thank you. We just had
Kenwood.
an alum skating with Usher on the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I
Uh,
don't know, but still
Shout out to
Kenwood
Kenwood.
all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, what college did you attend after you left King?
So I went to Western Illinois.
Okay.
It's out in Macomb. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's like four hours away, full of cornfields. Take about a 3 hour ride through cornfields to get there.
I feel like I know a few people that went there too after high school.
Yeah.
So I'm here for that as well. Now, to get into the business of things, what made you get into the cannabis industry?
Um, that's a pretty vast question. It's a deep question, right? But
Okay.
it's a story behind it, I would say. I would say the moment that or the night that I decided to really get into the industry was election night of like 2016. It was the night that Trump got elected for the first time.
Really?
Yep, the night
Okay.
Trump got elected for the first time. That was the night I decided um like I'm getting into this industry. And the reason why is because that same night, a lot of people don't know this, but that same night, 7 states around the country legalized marijuana in some capacity. So whether it be recreational or medical, 7 different states made the switch that night. And at the time, it was one of the biggest movements in the cannabis industry thus far, right? And
Hmm.
it really made me kind of take a step back and look at what was happening and just, kind of accept that if not tomorrow, that eventually this is going to be mostly legal across the nation. Like it's only a matter of time before, and I still believe that, before every state is legal in some capacity, and then, hopefully one day we'll get that federal legalization. But yeah, it was just kind of an eye opener for me. Like, yes, this is definitely happening. Like the dominoes are falling, and
Mhm.
it's only a matter of time before, everybody and their auntie is trying to get into the cannabis industry. So I started moving towards it because I knew that, like, I wanted to be one of the first brands that was
Okay.
kind of putting myself out there, because I knew I didn't really have the resources to compete with a million companies. So I was like, let me try to get out of here. Let me try to get my foot out here, before everybody else can see what I'm seeing. Pretty much
Okay.
is, yeah.
Okay. I love that. So are you into politics? Is that like your thing or just so happen to align that way?
Yeah, it just kind of aligned that way. Um, I'm not really hugely political.
Okay.
I try to pay attention, but I know I got friends that are way more politically astute than I am.
Okay. Just wondering if that
Yeah.
was just like, how everything aligned or if that's something that you're actually like, into. So, do you have any plans to venture into the cannabis side of things, or do you think you want to stay with just the accessories and apparel?
Like selling actual flour one day.
Yeah, like getting the dispensary licenses and things like that.
So a big reason why I went into accessories and apparel was because the red tape to that side of, you know, the market is just so expensive and it's so
Okay.
tedious to get through.
Okay.
Like I said, like, so it's 2016. I'm deciding that I want to get into the industry. And of course, the first thing I look into is, well, can I start a dispensary some kind of way? And pretty much after looking into it, I was just like, no, at this point, it's just not really in the cards for you. Um,
Yeah.
and then I started to see how many other people were going that route, and I saw like, okay, this is gonna get congested really, really quickly. So I started to think about alternative ways, and accessories and apparel was like, it was just kind of like um, it was like a secret that nobody was really paying attention to. You
Hmm.
know, you got companies that'll put a leaf on a shirt and sell it like that. But I wanted to be a little bit more creative, a little bit more interesting, and have a little bit more of a voice than the
Okay.
companies that were out. So yeah, so to answer your question, probably not.
Okay.
Probably don't really see myself selling flour one day. It will be cool. I always thought about having like a strain of our own, but it's not really like something I'm super interested in right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. Now, because I usually do these interviews and even my podcast interviews to kind of give insight to other entrepreneurs that may be thinking about going into this type of industry or thinking about just being an entrepreneur in general. I'm gonna ask you, what is one of the things that like what's the obstacle that you've overcome in this industry? Like what's something you learned from?
Um, Many. I would say two. Well, okay. I'll talk about the cannabis industry first, which is a big obstacle with the cannabis industry is advertising, marketing, like finding ways to get your product and your brand out there,
Hmm.
because a lot of companies right now, or at least, I would say in the past 10, 15 years, have really been able to explode quickly due to social media marketing, right?
Hmm.
Um, you know, it's processes that you can go through to kind of like create an ad, test it, and really blow it up at a low cost if you know what you're doing. But it's really hard to do that in the cannabis industry because cannabis is not federally legal. So
Okay.
um, they can't really accept money to advertise, or at least they say they can't.
Oh.
So when I started, I was putting a couple of ads out there, and I quickly got banned and like got my account banned from doing any kind of ads. So I haven't actually been able to put an ad on Facebook or Instagram for like 5 or 6 years or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So like I would say that's been our biggest challenge, is that all promotions that we've done, everybody that knows about us has come from word of mouth in some capacity. Like we really it forced us to really get out there and like
Mhm.
you know, touch the people face to face. So yeah, it's been a challenge, but it's been a blessing too, because the people that know about us really do know about us. So yeah,
Yeah. Word of mouth is to me the best though. Better than
it
social
is.
media marketing. So it's a blessing I feel like that you had to step out of that social media realm and actually boots on the ground and get to talking to people. That's how relationships, long lasting relationships are created and cultivated, is by being face to face and really sitting down and talking to people, and they can attest to what's happening or what the product that you have, and spread that in their own circle, and it just keeps flowing. So I feel like it not the best, but it's still like great that you did experience that just for that from that standpoint. I think that you probably, social media, everybody can't go viral. But
Right.
when you have a good product and it shows, people will attest to it. So um I'm glad that you didn't get discouraged and you did take that more personable route with your marketing. So I love that for you all together. Um, and so, what is a tip you would give somebody coming into this industry?
Um, into this industry, I would say, well, it depends on what they want to do, right? So, like,
Okay.
if you want to sell accessories like T-shirts and
Right.
um, bags or stuff like that, uh, I say give things away for free. Like, find a way to give stuff away for free. Um, it don't have to be your most expensive shirt or your most expensive sweater or even a piece of clothing. It could
Mm-hmm.
be some stickers. It could be, I found a lot of different things to give away for free. I've given away lighters. I've given away stickers. I've given away actual product. But I also give away like coloring sheets. Because when you're starting out as a brand new brand,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's really tough to get people to remember you and remember your name and remember what you do. That's why um commercials play 50,000 times on TV, right? And on the
Mm-hmm.
radio, because
Mm-hmm.
they have to create a space in your brain where they live. And the only way to do that is with repetition and constantly being exposed to something, right? And they actually say that it takes around 6 or 7 times of seeing something before you can accept it to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
like, if a network is trying to get you to watch a new show, they know that we have to get this person to at least see this show in an image or video or radio at least 6 times before they even consider watching it. So with that in mind, you got to think, how am I going to stay in these people's face? And it's hard
Mm-hmm.
to do that if you just trying to sell them something. So you got to, if you give them a coloring sheet, then they're going to take it home. Maybe they might use it, maybe they won't. But if they do use it, they're going to remember who gave it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's what I mean when I say like find creative ways to give things away for free. For sure.
Okay. I love that. And you keep saying this coloring sheet, and I saw that you have an animated series?
Yeah, so we actually started out as a comic strip. Uh,
Really?
yeah, so for the first year, I didn't sell any products. We were just on Instagram, and I started a comic strip, and I put out a new strip every week. And the other days during the week, I would just like just make posts or like memes and still images kind of leading up to the comic strip. But yeah, I did that for like a year. And that was like my first lesson about giving stuff away for free creatively, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I knew that if I just tried to shove some product down, especially cannabis consumers' throat, they weren't buying it. Like, cannabis consumers are very they will spend money, but it gotta be quality. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't just give them anything. Like you gotta give them something that they really gonna enjoy. So I figured I'm gonna give them a free strip. If you like comics, if you like to laugh, if you're looking for something different in the cannabis industry, then maybe you might like this. And then eventually, if I bring out some products, then you might like that too. And that was just like, yeah. So like that kind of that really does go back to the piece of advice I just gave, because it was the first thing I did. Like I was like, I don't really want to just start selling stuff. Like let me give them this for a while and see if they even rocking with me. And so yeah.
Understood, understood. I love that. Are you a marketing major or something? Because you have a lot of good marketing tips, and I hope everybody is listening because you've been giving all the marketing tips.
I'm not. I actually did not complete college, so
Hey, no judgment at all. I mean, experience is the best teacher, obviously, because
yeah.
you've given some very valid and just really good marketing tips, honestly, throughout this whole thing. So that is appreciated for sure. And I hope that the people that get a chance to listen to this also feel that value as well. So not to keep you for too long, can you just again tell us who you are, your brand, give us your Instagrams, website, or whatever we need so they can keep in touch with you?
Yeah. I'm Jonathan Jones. Our Instagram is WeTreeHuggers. It's the same name as the brand. I don't know if you can see that right there like that. But it's WeTreeHuggers, WeTreeHuggers. That is the name of our website too. Our website is currently being rebuilt right now. So if you do need product, if you would like to try some of our product, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can email me at WeTreeHuggers2016@gmail.com. We are open to sponsors. We have an event coming up. We're open to sponsors for that event. We're looking for more dispensaries and shops to partner with to distribute our products. So if you have a shop or dispensary, or if you know someone, please send us an email or a DM, and we will be sure to get in touch with you. And so we can work together and, achieve some goals.
I love it. I love it. And again, thank you so much, Jonathan, for sitting and talking to me this evening.
Thank
I hope
you.
you all go support We Tree Huggers. I'll be talking about them the whole month of April. And thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Syria. I really appreciate it.